Hello everyone, welcome to Invader's Weather News special edition of Invader's Hurricane Central. Here's your latest details on Tropical Storm Henri. Latest headlines you need to know. Current advisory as of the 11 a.m. EDT advisory, winds are at 60 miles right now as of the advisory number 27. Central pressure is at 987 millibars, and the movement of tropical storm Henri is moving north-northwest at 12 miles. Let's get to the latest headlines. Tropical storm Henri is now a tropical storm. A few hours away from landfall, as the center has not made landfall. The center is right over here. So where I marked it on radar scope, I'm using here. The center is right over here. Much of the center is not on land right now, but you can see there's a lot of heavy rain falling right now. Uh, Much of Connecticut, parts of New York, starting to see that heavy rain. If you already seen the New York Tower cam here, you can see it's already starting to rain down in New York, as you can see in this footage, this webcam here. Times Square, New York is starting to rain as as Tropical Storm Henri falls down in New York and in Henri impacting Rhode Island, Connecticut. Ah, sorry, my tongue's were twisted today. Excuse me. As it continues to fall down in those areas. Let's look at the rainfall rates in those areas. Storm total difference here. Let me see the rainfall. So the digital storm total rain has started to fall down right now. And New York is already seeing 4 or 5 inches of rain. Some areas seeing up to 7 inches of rain, as much of the rain is to the west of this. And some areas seeing 3 to 4 inches of rain. As you can see, rain is starting to fall in those areas. And up here, just 0.8 inches of rain. So rain is starting to fall in much of these areas right now as tropical storm Henri has a lot of impacts going on and going through the this morning through the afternoon. Henri is expected to bring a lot of impacts. So stay tuned with FS News for the latest tropical updates we have. So back to what I was saying. So let's go back to the radar scope. So you can see the system is moving on land right now. It's still the center has not moved inland, but in a few hours it's gonna start making landfall very shortly, very soon. So wind speed probabilities are if you're in this tropical storm wind speed probabilities you still have a good chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. Arrival time of winds here most likely here. Then we got the wind history. Now let's look at the um key messages here. So, dangerous storm surge is expected to continue today in portions of Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and southeastern Massachusetts, where storm surge warning has been issued. Tropical storm conditions will continue in portions of this tropical storm warning area into tonight. Okay, so let's talk more about this. So, we're gonna move on to the key messages in Spanish. If you want to read in Spanish, then we're gonna talk more about the storm surge watches and warnings. So we still have storm surge warnings right now. We don't have storm surge watches anymore. So there's just storm surge warnings. So in this pink right here, if you're in a storm surge warning, please be aware of the storm surge threat in your area. So those that areas that were in storm surge watches are now canceled. It's just storm surge warnings now. So you know you're in the storm surge warning area. Please heed the warnings and please move inland. Prepare for any storm surge that could impact the coast along the Connecticut coast, the Rhode Island coast here, along south of the Massachusetts coast, and along the New York coast here near New York City. This is what we're watching with the storm surge threat here. So storm surge flooding map here. We do have more to talk about here with the storm surge threat. So let me move over here real quick to New York here. We do have a storm surge threat in this area. So so here's the storm surge key flooding here. And much of this is greater than 3 feet above ground. So some of these areas could get submerged easily along here. So you can see 3 feet above ground, and it just gets worse as it moves inland. So Storm surge threat is gonna increase along. So if you know you're in this area, please heed the warnings and please understand how serious this is. No matter if this is a tropical storm or not, these things are too serious and these things should be watched very closely. Peak surge, storm surge. So from East Rockaway Inlet, 1 to 2 feet. From Long Island Sound, 2 to 4 feet of storm surge from here from the area from basically from Flushing all the way from over here. So from the coastline of Connecticut, New York here, Rhode Island, 2 to 4 feet here, 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 2 to 4 feet of storm surge, basically all along this line. Then from up here down here along the eastern side of Massachusetts coast, we expect from 1 to 2 feet of storm surge from Cape Cod to Merrimack River. 1 to 2 feet of storm surge is expected. Mostly in the 2 to 4 feet of storm surge is along this area, and East Rockaway Inlet to Massachusetts Beach. 1 to 2 feet of storm surge in this area. So that's what we are watching with the peak storm surge. And here's the this is probably a little outdated, but this is how much rainfall. The rainfall graphic is here from the Weather Prediction Center. It's kind of outdated here. Here's the flash flooding potential threat for these areas. So if you know you're in this area, you might have a good chance of seeing flash flooding as a threat in that area. So move on to the wind gusts here. So the wind gusts will continue to increase over on through tonight here as it makes landfall. And these winds are no joke. This is very close to hurricane force winds, so you can see how strong these winds are as it nears the coast here. And New Shoreham is very close to these winds, 65 knot wind gusts. And yeah, these are really strong winds. As you can see, these winds will continue to increase over time. And here's the wind speed key here. So I'll try and outline the areas where the wind speeds are strong here right now. So wind speeds are going to be strong over time as this continues to make landfall. It's going to make landfall somewhere over Rhode Island, between Rhode Island or Southern Connecticut. You can see these winds will continue to increase as the system moves inland here. So folks in the tropical force winds area should be aware of the winds going on because they're going to increase and they're going to be strong as it moves inland. So yeah, that is what we are watching with the wind speeds. As this continues to move through tonight, you can see how strong these winds are going to get. Then but basically by Monday tomorrow morning, all the winds will start to dissipate as this thing will distantly organize and it will just ruin everything as Henri moves inland. It's gonna mess up the system. So with no more warm water, it's just gonna turn into a tropical depression where it will de-strengthen, and yeah, the system just gets disorganized. I don't know if this is stuck. Then all the winds just station there. I don't know if this is not a glitch, but the winds are. Sorry about that. We're using windy.com here. If you want to check this out, you want to use windy.com. That's just weird. So wind gusts will stay the same when it makes landfall. Then the winds just station there through the morning hours. It's gonna still be a little windy by tomorrow because this thing is gonna station here, moving slowly. But this will all push out through tomorrow. Then this becomes a big chunk of layer. Then this ultra space becomes a big chunk of layer, and it's gone. So let's talk about the GFS model here. So GFS could have a different story because there's two model runs here. So GFS, wind gusts, here we go. So wind gusts with this one, when it moves inland with the GFS, expect 50 knots. Then once this makes landfall, by 12 p.m., here are the winds going on in this area here. 12 knot wind gusts. But then once this moves inland here, it's going to be 32 knots. So between those are the wind gusts. Then with the NAM model, this goes crazy. The NAM model is very crazy here. So there's a lot of models where all these models just go so crazy. The NAM model gets really crazy here. All these winds moving inland here. It's going to be that big chunk of wind we don't like to hear. When it moves landfall, it's going to be strong. And here's the icon. So that's all for Invader's Nightly News and Weather Forecast. I'm yours, Invader. Thanks for watching this tropical update. I'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys.